The cook should talk be Amun Rayay. Who na bad Mamaldu who my dad who moves there who lead for them the man who wakat. Para bad ya nun. Kalal Hamada Hatir Lay Amun Rayay. The tall Silir Pap Jet Mupa Ta. And you get the Pap. I trust by way of Amun Rayay and his master teachers and his Paparad and his warner for this day and time. Find the bad Yanun. All praises are for Amun Rayay, the stars, overseer of the heavens and the earth. I am the Wap.
Thank you so much, son. And Unc, are you here?
Thank you.
Unc, Amun.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Could you share with the class what you got out of this Sabian update?
I just wrote down a few notes, not much. The call itself was like 2.5 hours, and they spoke about, the call started off with a prayer, begin our prayer and thinking by using El Colonial. They did that, and it had some updates, and it was done in Nawabic. And then someone came back and did it in English, somewhat like how hard does the prayer of Amun. And
They did the prayer of Amun?
No, not like that. I said like hard does.
Oh, you mean the way hard does it, right? Okay.
In Nawabic, yes, it was done in Nawabic. Most of the presentation of what was said was in Nawabic, except for some of the updates. The updates were done in English, but when they spoke to one another, they spoke in Nawabic, and they spoke about divine love and how that's extremely important, and you are your brother's keeper, and basic knowledge that we do here in class as well about holding grudges. That if you have an issue with a brother or sister, you need to resolve it, and that Baba was getting out. They repeatedly said that he's getting out soon, and you need to be in good health, meaning you can't be overweight because your reserve spot on the ships are for a certain size. And so she was stressing, the sister was stressing too, that we eat right and we be in good health and do the walking and do the things that he's taught previously. And they talked about having your passport. And they stressed the language itself. They stressed the language again and again. And like I said, they spoke it to one another, and they spoke it throughout the class because they were saying it's important to have your tone. And let's see, they talked about being answering by your true name, not as in your government name, but in your Nawabic name. Because that's very important, because when you answer by your other name, there are other beings that have that same name that are also answering at the same time you're answering, and that opens you up for basically like a walk-in. So I didn't get all the particulars because they were moving pretty fast, and I was trying to write and take down most of the important notes. But it was very organized. The brothers facilitated it, meaning they took the questions and organized, but it was the sisters that gave the updates of their conversations with Doc and what was said and what he expects. But I'll have to listen to the recording again to get more in detail. But yeah, it was very interesting. It was very orderly. No one, bust out saying anything or was disrespectful or anything like that. And they referenced the family guide on how to treat one another as well as what foods to eat and how to carry yourself. And they talked about women dressing the part and not having on pants or jeans or anything like that. So, but they also referred to Baba as the Black Messiah. So
they referred to him as the Black Messiah.
As the Black Messiah.
Whoa, what?
So I was
like,
what?
But you know what's strange about that, is I just sent you all out an email where that those Nawabian Sabian teachers, whatever they call themselves, they steal all the information out of our classes. and regurgitate it like it's coming through from them, right? So
Right.
obviously,
And take the post.
go ahead.
They're taking the post. They're taking the post and putting under their page or their name or whatever. Whatever.
Yeah,
Whatever they're
but
signed in. Yeah.
the little short guy for sure. I know two of them that they're definitely listening to the classes, and they regurgitate them.
Oh.
So what it is right there is just like with all that work I did for his freedom all those years, all those 19 DVDs and all those legal papers I created for him for his freedom and all the things that I did, the songs that I wrote. Well, what it is that they're evidently taking all the stuff, everything that I create, and they're cutting it up in a lot of pieces and putting it up in sections and, you know, to give people the impression that that's their work, you understand? And they're doing the same things with the classes because what's really happening here is like Malachi said on the DVD, proving the existence of God. You can go and check it out on YouTube. Just punch in Malachi York, proving the existence of God, YouTube. And about 30 minutes into the video, he's going to stop and say that all these teachers that have come have taught everything they came to teach. They don't have anything else to teach. You know, Noble Drew Ali, Elijah Muhammad, and him. He was saying that he's a pharaoh, but when he gets through with his mission, which was in the year 2000, there'll be another pharaoh to replace him, and I sent you all that class by him. So I don't understand why they're talking like. Anyway, he said very succinctly, there's another God here, you know, on earth, and he's thinking outside the box, and he's going to do it a little differently. He's not trapped inside of persons, places, or things, you know. And then he went up to the work he was doing and teaching on the blackboard and erased it all, and he said, all this old stuff has got to go. Are you following me? Now, at the same time, I will tell you, I'll reiterate the fact that he and I are one, right? Not to be confusing, but we share the same oversoul. So I was confused about the fact that I know I'm the Lamb. Behold, I looked at Mount Zion, and stood the Lamb, and with him 144,000, with their father's name written in their foreheads. But I know that Melchizedek is also referred to as the Lamb. You follow me? So, but that would be the first that I heard of that. And it's not his own literature and his own audio and video classes are saying quite the contrary. Just for example, the prayer that Hart just read to us, that was written by him. He says, all praise is due to Amun Rayay, overseer of the heavens and the earth, right? And to his master teachers with an S, and that, how did he put it? That he's my warner for this day and time. That, yeah, he's my warner, but now all of a sudden he's me?
Amun.
So, yeah.
Honestly?
Yes.
Honestly, I would like for Ankh to send that to me so I can translate it for the class. Because let me tell you, in this instance, Yanu, because it sounded like a contradiction. Because in the updates, they were reading. Right. I'm trying to be respectful.
I got it.
When a sister or the brother read the update, they will read Panabab Yanun words, and they'll pause and interject their own opinion on it. For example, there's an update that came out that Yanun done said in the update that I know where the Messiah is.
I understand.
So
right, I know he does.
I have to see that myself to say beings will interject it themselves. That don't even make sense.
Yeah, that would be them lying like that, because see, the thing is, when you have a call like that, it's not like you're talking to him directly. there are other people that are telling you what they think he said, or giving you feedback of what they think he means, right? And we know that they're black devils already, because if you go and listen to the video class that he put out called Inky and Enlil, for example, and you can just look, Malachi, Inky and Enlil, comma YouTube. It'll come up, and about 30 minutes into that video, he starts explaining that the Messiah, Amun Rayay, is back. That I am the Messiah, and it's real, this, that, and the other, and they should follow me. But then when he starts talking like that, they turn the music up real loud to drown out everything about me, and then they turn it down. So this is a concerted effort on the part of black devils to try to block out the reality of our return. Now, the reason they're doing that is because of their ego. They all walk around with their ass way up on top of their shoulders. I can name a couple narrow-ass mothers right now that's walking around like that, doing unscrupulous things. But now the point I'm making is that they're predominantly interested in raping the nation. In other words, a lot of these people are making thousands and thousands of dollars, and they're buying plantations in Africa, and like Broussard, the attorney there, her and that guy, that Nick Wabian, that Har had been cut up into tiny pieces 1,000 times in a debate. What was his name again, Har?
Oh, you talking about Mario?
Yeah, Mario. I know you done tore them all up, and you're a valiant warrior for that, and I love you for that. But I'm serious. But he tear them up just like dropping scraps in a garbage disposal, right? But the point I'm making is they done bought mansions and they got little miniature yachts and speedboats. I mean, they live in the Viva Loca off niggas that believe in all this foolish mess. But I'm glad that Unc said that right there, but that is obviously not true, because I am the Messiah, and you can go to all of his literature and everything that he said on audio classes and videos, and the reality of what you know about me, your own personal experience, it'll tell you that. Also, it lets you know that we all have a time just like to rule, or to teach, like he said, a baton race. Elijah Muhammad, and then him. His time was the first half hour, from 1970 to the year 2000. And from 2000 to 2030, the second half hour is Amun Rayay's time to rule. Or I can send you a video that I put together called Let My Words Be Known, where you can hear the Nawabian head teachers in the mirror, the brown mirror in Atlanta, telling you how Malachi, and these are people that went to visit him personally, telling you that he is telling everybody that the Messiah, he's not, in other words, he's speaking about the Messiah, not in the first person. He's definitely not the Messiah. In fact, he has a video out himself that many of you have heard, where he says on there directly to you, look in my face, look in my eyes, look in my mouth, and tell them, don't do that to me. I repeat, I am not the Messiah. I am not the Messiah. I am not the beloved Jesus. I am not the Messiah. Don't let them do that to me. All right? So now whoever's trying to push that message is the devil. That's it. Right? And they'll say things like that in order to create, riptides of emotion and put you in a defensive position and this, that, and the other. It's the devil. And, sometimes they smooth, sometimes they not. But she's going to send it to me if she hasn't already, and I'll get it to you, huh? All right? But I'll tell you what it is a nigga that's going to believe whatever they want to anyway. You understand? So, and it's all right with me. But I'm going to tell you about count one and count them not. If you follow them lies, count them not. And if there's room in hell for you as it heaves, hell and death are two things that you cannot fill up. So no matter how smooth you try to get, don't get so slick where you slide off the planet. You understand what I mean? And don't carry water like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you know damn well it's a lie. All right. Now, who has that next spiritual experience? What's that first question?
How you doing?
I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
All right. Yeah, I also listened to the DVD. Also, I mean, listen to the class also. And
You mean when they were talking, the Sabians?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the one you told me to listen to. Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, he was talking about the language too. How it keep you is important to learn the language because it takes you out of processes and things.
I want to emphasize that too. But did you, when you were on the class, you heard them saying that Malachi said he was the black Messiah?
I didn't hear that part.
I didn't think you did. I didn't think you did.
No, he didn't say. He said he was the black Messiah. It was the people presenting the meeting or the update. They said he is our black Messiah. That's how they referred to him.
Okay, well, those are lying black devils. They black devils. That's all. They lying all the time. Yeah. Well, I say, who you gonna believe? You gonna believe black devils, or you gonna believe the man himself when he tell you he's not the damn Messiah? Now that's it. Never was and never will be.
Believe himself in
the man himself.
Well, the man himself said he never was and he never will be the black Messiah or your beloved Jesus. It's not him. All right? So wherever that's a lie, and it's being presented as such, no matter how smooth it is, it's what it is. It's just the devil trying to insert seeds in the minds of people.
It is.
It's a rebellious spirit. You follow me?
Man. Oh, you got me fired up. I won't whenever you
that's what it was designed to do, to fire you up. That's what it was designed to do, to get everybody fired up. That's what it was designed to do, because I've been around long enough to know that from himself, he done told y'all 1,000 times he's not the Messiah. He's not the Nawabian Christ, and to count them not. Go ahead.
So we can't go in the chat room and just, get them straight?
Well, I don't need to. Let me say
we did that.
Well, we could do that, Sky. We can do that. Atifa, we can do that whenever. Okay, listen. We can do that, and I don't have any.
I did it today.
Listen to me. Hold on now. I said we can do that. Hey, we can do that, and I don't have a problem with that at all. And I can quite easily defend my position as to who and what I am, and my work speaks for me, right? But I'll tell you this. Everybody has free will, and black devils can choose to believe anything they want to. You understand what I'm saying? They can believe that if they pull roses out their asshole, they can call it the Messiah, and that's what it'll be. You understand what I'm saying? They can play mind games all they want to, and with the weak, they'll get results. Understand? But those of you that are sincere and very serious about going to heaven and don't want to play no demonic games, not nowadays. You can't be fooled by the devil in any kind of suggestive way, okay? You understand? But that's just planting seeds to send ripples out into the world to create more doubt. The devil is angry about something, and they tell lies to get a response. Go ahead.
I was going to say that when I was in that group, I could tell for myself that something was a little bit off because of how they were mostly worshiping him versus just learning and stuff like that. I could tell it was just more like a worship type. And so when I was invited to this class, I can feel a whole different, I'm gaining more knowledge, and it's about me worshiping you, Amun. And
I know it. But
I know
we're all Amun, right?
Right. We're all one. It's not just one guy that's just,
no,
they make him
one charismatic leader, anything, no bigger, small than the eye of all, right? And that's right. But these Negroes, they're actually worshiping a man. You understand?
Yep.
And to call him the Messiah, to call him a damn liar himself, because he done said it 1,000 times in a million ways. Just drop that. But the fact of the matter is, that's not the greatest sacrilege they've committed, because I've heard these niggas call him God. I've heard them say, I heard some of them Sabian clowns say that Fa'ut, Kalum, is the gateway up to Malachi. That all that is the gateway up to a single individual.
Yeah, they worship him like he's Jesus.
Well, no, higher than that. They worship him higher than Jesus. You see what I mean? They made him higher than God. When they said that Fa'ut or Kalum, all is the gateway up to Malachi, that they put him above Fa'ut. You follow me?
Yeah.
But these are reptiles that do that type of thing, try to send that energy out in the air. But I would never even repeat something that ugly and lame. I wouldn't even repeat that. You know, we all know better. We have proof better than that. And we have too much sound, right, reasoning, and intellect to even go there. Either way, it's just foolishness to say he's the Black Messiah, or to say that Fa'ut is the gateway up to him. It's just not worth repeating. That's what it is. It is evil in the deepest, purest, existential sense of the word. And it's well thought out.
We need to...
Yeah. It's there to mislead people and send people to hell.
Yes, it is.
And these niggas rebelled against something, and the devil came down in great anger. But we know all of them by their marks, regardless of how smooth they appear to be.
And they're misleading innocent people.
I'm glad I got out at the right time.
That's right. But that's why they hear, and that's why they plant these seeds, and that's how you'll identify them. Just check the source. Try to see where these lies are coming from. You understand? Ask yourself where you heard it, right? And then go back and check the records in your mind and see what the man said himself in regards to the subject of the Messiah. And if he tells you, look at me, look at my mouth, don't let them do that to me. Let me repeat this.
Yes.
I am not the Messiah. I am not the Messiah. I am not the beloved Jesus. I am not the Messiah, never was and never will be. I am not the Messiah. Don't let them do that to me. So he was sending out a warning to the black demons.
Mm-hmm.
But now y'all see. Say it again.
What can I find that Tim said as I put it in the chat room? I've been looking for it, but I haven't posted your videos in the chat room as well.
I'll get it to you.
Talking about.
Sister, I'll get it to you. But you need to put the little short video from him right in front of it where he says he's not the Messiah. In other words, you have to hold a mirror up to these demons. Right?
Yes.
So that you can know, you're looking back to see if they're looking back to see if you're looking back to see if they're looking. You want to make sure that they know that they're lying to the world and let them do it to their own face in the mirror. Hold it up.
Absolutely.
That's right. Let them call him a lie to his face. And when you hear a lie like that, don't ever repeat it. Don't propagate that. Because it'll make me question your intentions, okay? All right, now,
Sure.
Who was that first question?
I have one.
I'll do my very best.
Okay,
Go ahead,
you know how Allison Cole has those regression sessions and stuff, right?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay, do you know of anybody personally that have had regression, sessions and stuff, and they've talked about stuff like some of the people that she has?
No, I don't know anybody personally, but I've had extensive experiences in the spiritual realm. In fact, I was thinking about it before class, and the harder I think about it and try to memorize them, I realize that I've spent more time in other worlds and other dimensions than I actually have here in this world. But I will say this. I have experienced some of what she's describing through these people. It is a reality about people going to the fifth dimension and then walking, and that energy allows them to levitate, and they light up. You know, these people give off an aura, and all the things that she mentioned there. I've experienced that, and I've experienced that around many of you. There are people in this class right now that have seen me light up. You know, my aura perspires through my skin, and I have light green and white lights depending on what mode I'm in or mood, right? A lot of you have experienced seeing the green light and the blue light and the violet hue walking with me on bright summer days. A lot of you have seen me walking and on the pavement in the hot summer light, have seen when I lift my feet up that my footprints are green light that just slowly fade as I walk. A lot of you have seen, yes, a lot of you have seen when I move stars or put my energy into it, that regardless of where you live on the globe, you've seen the trees and the fauna and plants and things light up blue all around you.
Yes. Yes.
You've seen that. You see me put your face in the moon. You see me do a lot of things, right? And all these things speak to the fact that I am the real Messiah. You follow me? In other words, you all should know who I am, even without Malachi saying it. But now that you think of it,
yes.
He said it much more than I have. That's right.
Right.
That's right. And to deny who I am would be to deny yourself. Because you know where you get the kind of information that's flowing through me, you know it's real. And if it wasn't right knowledge, why would they repeat it and teach it? Even if they're being Decepticons, why do they repeat it? Why are they teaching everybody what I'm teaching you all? If it's not true that there's another God here and he's thinking outside of the box and he's not trapped inside, you know I'm not trapped inside a person's places and things. Just the things I do and the way I teach, you know good and well I'm not trapped inside the mud of my flesh.
Sure.
And neither are you. A lot of you have grown consciously to the point that you no longer have any fear of death. You may not know it, you haven't been put to the test, but these things are fading away from you. And the only way that could be possible is that you really are turning yourselves inside out in your perspective of who and what you are.
Sure.
That's right. I sent you some videos from this guy, Caffrey, or whatever it is, the main teacher has, a little short guy. But he called me up on the phone one time with a very snotty attitude. I tried to be friendly with the little, you know, I don't want to say midget, but the guy. I tried to be friendly with him. But he wouldn't have none of that. He just called up with a bad attitude, like he had shit in his mouth. You understand what I mean? Yeah, they tell me that you can move styles. You're going up there. It's like Malachi's son, Prince York. Remember him?
Yeah.
He was on YouTube, and he told everybody on that class, he said, yeah, I know the elder can move stars. I know that, but so what? I was thinking to myself, little nigga, so what my ass, you move them. That's right, so what my ass, you move them. You're not healing nobody or doing you. So who are you? And then what did he change his name from Prince York? What did he change his name to for those that know?
I forgot.
Now he changed his name to Prince Amun.
Wow.
Oh, snap.
Look it up. Don't believe me, check it out. Everybody wants to be Amun, but you can't be Amun unless you're with me. Them niggas are buffoon. They not Amun. I hear them. But they better put their mind on the Most High, on the Creator, because His will be done on earth as it is in heaven. You follow me?
Sure.
You can call somebody a jackass all you want, but until they grow ears, you just spitting in the wind. But I'm not averse to controversy. You know what I mean? I know that, and blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake. But I know the devil in his many forms, and and then sometimes they can be very subtle and smooth and this, that, that. But I know their nature. You understand? I know their nia, their intention. I understand. But they don't understand. They don't really understand. They really don't understand that quicksand is their carpet over hell. And I'm very protective of my flock, believe me. I love you all for real.
Love you. And I love you.
And I don't like for you all to be misled in any kind of way, even jokingly. I don't like it. Not even a ricochet. Don't even act like you don't do that. Okay. And that first question, that next question.
Amun, my question is, when Cain killed his brother Abel, Abel was the pure seed, right?
Yes. And Cain, he was the seed. Go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Cain was the seed of the devil. Are you following me?
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
So
because whenever you have a couple back then, the female had breast, and they gave birth to a male and a female twins every time. And they had the right breast for the male and the left breast for the female. But whenever they had a pair of twins, they would have one born that was agreeable and the other born that was disagreeable. And it could swap, every time that they gave another set of twins. In other words, when Eve gave birth to Cain and Abel, Cain had an agreeable sister named Labuda, and Cain was the evil or disagreeable one. Alchemia. And Abel had a sister named Labuda, and she was disagreeable, and Abel was agreeable. You follow me? So it was set so that Cain would marry Abel's sister, and Abel would marry Cain's sister. You follow me, for balance? But Cain, he understood what was happening, and he didn't want Abel to have access to his sister, Academia, because she was agreeable. Do you understand? So his solution to the problem is like every other demon. It's the obvious. Kill him, and that'll stop it, right? I don't know how many of you have watched. There was a commercial on TV not too long ago where that white man rode up right into the camera lens dressed like barbarians with animal skins on and what have you, and swords. And the leader of that troop, he got real close to the camera lens and looked into it with his demonic eyes, and he said very succinctly, never forget, always remember that the only reason we're here is to destroy. And they all cheered and rode off. So, but go ahead, tell your question till you get what you need out of me, son.
Abu.
Yeah, you
yes.
It, but go ahead, Mom.
This is Beth.
I know your vibration, and I love you.
I love you more. I have a question to ask. Okay, if you born agreeable, can you turn disagreeable?
Yeah, or vice versa, because you have free will, right? Now, a perfect example of that is in the Holy Tablets, when Malachi confesses that he was disagreeable. He's disagreeable, but that is his sister Baalat, and he drew a picture of Wati, or Kwamamtat, his real sister, that she taught him right knowledge, and then he converted to right knowledge and became agreeable through that, right? But let me say, it wasn't because he turned holy, no, and all that. But he was intelligent, and he did the calculations. He did the math on it and concluded that it made sense to be good and agreeable. Mathematically, you know, people say that all your evil deeds will be requited. They'll come back to you. But good will be returned tenfold, even 70-fold. You follow me? So do the math.
Okay.
So it's more important to be good than it is to be bad.
It's intelligent, yeah, that's right. But you don't spit in the wind or tug on Superman's cape. That's what you don't do.
That's right.
That's right. And don't mess with Leroy Brown. That's bad.
Amun, I have a question.
I'll do my best.
So you know how last class, we were talking about that in the physical sense that we're like, in spiritual sense, we're dreaming in the physical. Like this is all just a dream and illusion and stuff like that. And that we're like making our own like story necessarily. What I wanted to know is like when I drive, right? And I see, you know, a bunch of people on the road and like, you know, you see the people that are driving necessarily. Like, and obviously I don't know them personally. Like, I think what I'm trying to get at is like, are they like an illusion?
Yeah, they're not real. I didn't want to interrupt you, but you wanted to know if they were, many of them are. You follow me? They're just characters that are not real.
Yeah,
that's why.
Like, is it like you know, like a movie?
Let me explain. You got bit players, right? In other words, like Malachi always emphasizes that you have to know that you are real, and he gave you criteria to be able to understand and calculate that you are real, and that if you are real, that means that those that you came from are also real. But it would be no point in emphasizing that you or them are real unless there was fake people out here. Do you understand? And just like saying, emphasizing that he's a black Messiah, that implies that there's others or something, even in that weak lie. But in a scenario where he's saying he's definitely not the Messiah, you have to choose between Malachi and people that tell you about Malachi, or Malachi telling you about himself. And you conclude, if you're intelligent, it's just evil demons planting evil seeds for evil reasons. To disrupt your peace and disturb, you know, like sticking a stick in a beehive, all right? But yeah, there are people out there that are not really real. I thought that even when I was a little boy.
They're like the people in the movie.
Yeah, but some of them are real. But the ones you see on television, they're definitely not real. Those are characters, and they're playing roles. And even though you are real, I know that because of your participation in this class and the responsibility you accept in it. I know that you're real by your tones. I know every man or woman by their marks. You follow me? But everybody in the class is not real. You got some people here that think they're the real one, but they're actually a clone.
Oh, gosh.
And the clones are very disagreeable. They think they know everything, you know. You understand what I'm saying? And they're accident prone, too. They're very accident prone. But they think they're the real one, and they're not. They're actually the clone of the real one. But I'm not here to burst the bubble, you know what I mean? But one thing when you ask yourself, are you real or are you just a clone or dummy, you know, are you disagreeable? Very disagreeable. Are you an asshole?
So clones aren't good, can't be good.
They're very disagreeable. They're not good. And they think they know a lot.
Gotcha.
A lot more than they do, right? Those are the ones that walk around with their ass on their shoulder. They think they know everything, you know, and they try to be a judge that stands over people. You know, the clone knows everything. knows more than the real being.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, Amun.
Yes.
You know how you just said that the disagreeable ones are not real? Are you saying that as in a sense because they're not divine love?
Well, because divine love is the only reality, yes. Everything else is mere illusion.
So that, right.
It just follows like white knowledge. It follows the scenario. You know, you follow me? Yeah, that's right. Evil people are not real because neither is evil.
That's strong.
Yeah, they're just a nightmare instead of a dream. Go ahead.
Okay, I have another question. Okay, you could just about tell where agreeable person, they don't have to struggle to be agreeable. They don't have to struggle to be.
It's their nature.
Yeah.
Right.
And the disagreeable being and an evil being don't have to struggle to be evil. It's their nature.
Okay.
Because it's a threefold curse, right?
Yeah.
It's Sijin, which is the spiritual curse, that even when they try to do good, evil is found with them. And of course they are that, the twofold physical curse, the curse of leprosy and bestiality.
Yeah.
So they all messed up.
That's so true, Amun.
But agreeable,
You see all the time.
agreeable person just don't have to struggle to be agreeable. It's their nature.
It's natural. It's natural.
Exactly, yeah.
That's right. Now you can fire them up. You can get them all excited. It's just like a very peaceful, agreeable being with children and a wife, you know. And if you try to have a home invasion and go and threaten the life of their wife and children, then they can do something to you that's not agreeable, you know what I mean, on the face of it. Yeah. But it's not necessarily out of hatred. It's out of, they're protecting what they love.
Protecting the family, that's right.
That's right. But now you take real devils, they do evil. Like my father was in World War II with a nigga from Mississippi, a big nigga that used to beat up everybody in the place. My father asked, because they were friends, said, "Why you beat up everybody?" And he looked at my daddy and said, the realest thing you could ever hear. He said, "Darrensburg, I kick their ass because I can pick my motherfucking foot up."
Oh my God.
Well, if you look at, you know, everybody's looking for some deep, you know, deep meaning. I kick their ass because I can pick my foot up, brother.
Simple as that.
That's all. You can stand there waiting for some profound, you know. Devils do evil because they can.
Right.
Okay.
And they derive more pleasure out of it than good in their mind.
Amu.
Yes.
Okay. Like just like you said about the fellow, the guy that was said that he could, because he could do it, he just pick his foot up and kick somebody, but he's not letting his mind. He's not letting his mind guide him, right?
Well, yeah, but he got a corrupt. He has a reprobate mind.
He got a reprobate mind, but those that are not reprobated, they are. It's something in the back of their mind or their heart telling them, "Well, now you should do that."
That's right.
Because it's not.
It's
right.
called a conscience. Jiminy Cricket, the oversoul.
Yeah.
In other words, they're in tune with thought, like birds that fly south of the map. A rebellious soul is a bird that, when winter comes, they'll fly north, and you find them dead on their back with their feet up in the air. You understand?
What's that?
Because they just rebel. They're not going to listen to that. See, we all are born with that silent voice inside of us, right? That tells us when we try to make a decision about right and wrong, there's a voice inside of us say, stay away from them people, they bad, or don't smoke that, or don't drink that, or don't go there, right? And a lot of us listen to that silent voice, which is our higher self, or God inside the temple. But some people don't. And they can say no to that voice so long and so often until it becomes as rust upon their hearts. That's a big, loud voice that be telling you, guiding you right. Say, do this and don't do that. Eat this, don't eat that. Stay away from them people, they bad, this, that, and the other. And go with these people, they good. All right? Now, when don't smoke cigarettes, but you got some, they hear that voice just as loud and clear as you at first, but they tell that voice to F off so much and don't pay attention to it until it eventually starts fading weaker and weaker until it becomes as rust on their hearts.
Yeah.
And they don't even hear it, but they're unconscionable people, you understand?
Yeah.
They're without guidance because they refuse to receive the guidance or accept it, right?
It is a voice that tells them, go ahead on, try it. You might like it.
Yeah, I understand. Okay. It's just like the devil on one shoulder, the angel on the next shoulder on the cartoon. And your carnal self, your lower self is your carnal self, your brain, and your physical body, it has cravings, right? Like hunger, you have a sexual nature, you have a lot of physical, carnal things in your body that you can have cravings for. But, some people can let that run rampant. They let their brain turn into a wild steed that's running with his tail stuck out his mane in the wind, the hoofs drawing spark from the cobblestone streets, sweating and panting with his nostrils flared, and they just let it stretch out until it runs under the branch that's too long and knock their ass off of it. So when they're looking at little boys and girls and they start getting sexually aroused and all, they start getting deviant. Yeah. You understand? They let a normal sexual nature just run wild. Save the babies. On that, Messiah.
Gotcha.
I understand.
Yeah.
Understand.
Now, common sense tell you, no, don't do that. Now, don't go there,
Yeah.
But to a decent person, that thought is not even going to come up. In other words, they've been listening to the good voice of the God in the temple so long until they've learned his pattern. They've learned him, and they don't even have those suggestions. It's like when I tell you, when you go to the new heaven and new earth, as soon as you get to the fifth plane, you don't even hear negative suggestions anymore. You don't have to be walking around in heaven thinking, oh Lord, I hope I don't be thinking stupid. This woman sure is fine. I hope I don't be looking at her ass when she walk away, or this nigga, I'll be thinking I need to stick a knife in his chest and do something. I'm not gonna really do it, but I want to take my foot and kick him in his ass or something. But you know what I mean? Or you see something valuable laying there, and you don't want to be tempted to pick it up and steal it. And those thoughts don't even come because they don't exist on that frequency.
Okay.
That is great.
That's great.
I'm going to say, it's easy when you figure it out, because if you listen to me, I said that your negative thoughts come from the carnal self, the lower self, the physical form in the brain. But when you go to the new heaven and new earth, and there'll be no more hunger, no more thirst, no more tears, no more death, because the former things will have passed away, does that mean you'll still be in a physical body? No. Or will you be a spiritual being?
A
spiritual being.
Well, then, without having a physical body, you see all those things go.
That's a good thing.
You don't have any more sexual or hunger cravings or anything. But now, it's not saying that you're going to go there and be a see-through spook or anything like that. Because frequencies are...
Yeah.
Yeah, when you get on the fifth plane, and the higher vibration, everybody that's there on the fifth plane, and as long as y'all spread these posts out, and you're bringing people to class, you're creating your own family now. And if you want to be a big queen or a big god on the throne, you have with a big family and people that love you, then bring all them people to us. You're creating your family right now. You understand what I'm saying? And the magnitude of your being right now. Because you'll be as important as you show yourself to be right now by the work you're doing. while the devil's out here planting evil seeds. You understand? But understand that when you get to the fifth plane and you're a spiritual being, that everybody there is vibrating on the same frequency, so that everything comes back into view just like it is here. You can see people, you can touch them, and yes, you all have sex, you have homes and vehicles for transportation, you have children, all of that. So they call it heaven when you're in a place where that you can be right here, but you don't. It's not like you have a physical body where you can step on a nail and get poison, blood poison, or somebody can shoot you in a drive-by, or you can get AIDS or COVID, or you can get old and feel senility. You know, start getting bent over and wrinkled and having pains all over your body. You understand it? Bent over and things. Yeah, that don't happen on the fifth plane because you're in the spirit, and the spirit knows no time. It lives outside of time. And there's no carnal desires to drive you. Because like you said, sister, love is the only reality. Everything else is mere illusion. Divine love is the only reality. And in heaven, you're closer to the source. You understand?
That's where I want to go.
I just don't want anybody to get a picture about heaven like that. I mean, you're going to be like Casper, the friendly ghost and all that. No, you're going to be realer than you are here. You're going to be real in every way, except you won't be real in that you can age or die. Let me show you what I mean. Everybody living under the misconception because of the devil that the only vessel that you have to receive pleasure is your physical body. Am I right? I don't want to be without a body. I can't enjoy a whopper, or I can't enjoy sex. I can't. Well, that's wrong. Didn't I ask you all to close your eyes and imagine being in a bed by yourself and making love or having sex with somebody that's completely desirable to you, and you achieve a nocturnal emission and have an orgasm in your sleep? Right? Right or wrong?
Right.
Okay, so is that woman a man in the bed with? Is that man or woman in bed with you physically, or is that in the spirit, in your mind?
It's in the spirit.
In your mind.
In my mind.
But you still woke up sweating, though, didn't you?
Same way if it was somebody there.
Yeah, you know when you had you had a feeling that you had, didn't you? And that was real, right? So where is that feeling coming from? Is it being generated from your physical body, from your flesh, or is it coming from someplace higher?
Someplace higher.
That's right. You're not getting pleasure from the flesh. It's coming from what drives the flesh, what created the flesh. From the author of the story, not the character. But the devil's got everybody on a carnal road. They're vibrating on a low frequency. And they're thoroughly convinced that without the body, there can be no pleasure. Well, it's a sad commentation because when you know the second you're born, with every second that passes, you pass continuously further away from birth and closer to what?
To death.
Death.
That's right. And the devils, they getting busy as bees, running around trying to career and build the world. You understand? Flatten and falls for snakes. Because everything they accumulate, they can't take none of it with them. It's a sad commentary. You understand? The devil's the biggest fool in existence.
Sure.
They think they're smart, accumulating and tricking people out of things and stepping on the neck of their brothers and sisters to gain more and more of what? For what?
Nothing.
The only thing you can take with you are the jewels that you're receiving through me from the Most High, or from beings like me that was sent here, or from your own higher self.
True.
And these are gifts that can never be cut off, because these are the only real gifts. They're not like dollar bills and golden cars. But all these things that you think are wonderful have a beginning, and just like your body, an end as well. But divine love and all the gifts that come with heaven are forever. They don't have a beginning or an end. These are true gifts, the only thing that's real. But they got people, outside in instead of inside out. And people are thinking carnally, like a dog turning over trash cans at night and howling at the moon. That's right. They try to get everything they can accumulate while the blood is running warm. I gotta get mine. I gotta get mine. And what's the matter with that? Everybody wants to be rich and famous, this, that, and the other. But you never seen so many people like in Hollywood that commit suicide. Why? That's a curious thing, isn't it? You see what happens when they don't have anything and they're nobody, and then they pursue their dreams and they accumulate these riches and all this fame. They find out that it was self-deception because there's no joy there. You understand? You be as famous as Oprah Winfrey or Michael Jackson, you can't even go to the supermarket. You can't go look at a movie.
That's right.
Anywhere you go, you're going to be mobbed by people who found somebody trying to kidnap your ass for ransom. You can't even have no love because not only people, you try to be with a woman because you love her and she love you. No, it ain't going to work. Or a man because you think he wants you and love you. It's not true because once he finds out when he finds out that you got millions and millions of dollars, then they gonna try to shape shift into anything he thinks you want, so he can get some of that money. That's not his real feelings. He want to be whatever he think he want. You understand? But you find out the truth when he get tired of playing and that mask come off. And he tell you, fuck that, I gotta be myself, bitch. I'm not with this clown show, you know, after he get everything he want.
Yeah.
Or her, she get everything she want, that's it. I'll let you know, brother, I'm not with that clown mess. I was just doing all that because I thought that's what you wanted me to be. That's right. Even family members, you know. You rich and famous like that, they start shape-shifting into whatever they think you want them to be. Because they want to be your favorite cousin, your favorite niece, you understand?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
They want to be the one you leave the money. They want to be the one that you buying cars and houses for. Yeah, you understand? Taking on trips and all. They want, you understand? They want to be in your favor. But what was there when you didn't have nothing? And when you wasn't nobody? Now that woman, the man that was there with you when you didn't have nothing, that's the real one right there.
Right.
That's right.
Right.
But you know what niggas do? As soon as they get something and get a little famous, they forget about their sister in the hood used to braid their hair and put up with their broke ass. And, you understand? And that's right, and run to a white woman right away. As soon as they start getting something and becoming somebody, they can't wait to run over to the devil to put them in heaven.
That's right.
And all them sisters, and all them beautiful sisters that did all that for them and tried to love them, and they ain't got time for that. Because she too black and nappy-headed and ugly. You know what I'm saying? He got to find a beautiful Caucasian. Yeah. He got to put an animal on his arm. Because that's what they say on TV. That's Miss America. You understand? But Bert Parker retired. He don't want no Miss America or Miss Universe contest no more because it wasn't up with sisters winning them, and they quit. The music went off. Here she goes. The real Miss America is black, y'all. And all the white people is voting for a sister too. That's the most beautiful being on the planet. And the white people just quit. That's what they do when they don't win. They goddamn quit.
They counsel everything.
Yeah. If it's not my daughter, goddamn it, it ain't nobody. The whole show gone.
Oh, that money I put into it, yeah.
That's right. You know, if you're white, you're right. If you're black, get back, all of those type of stuff. If you're brown, stick them off. You're yellow, you're mellow, all that old bullshit. They try to separate y'all, divide you into classes and this, that, and the other. But divide and conquer is how they control. That's how they rule. Because the house divided against itself cannot stand.
No, it can't.
And they know it. And the devil sows seeds of division. They're other masters at that.
Yep.
How can I cause diffraction and cause a disturbance and cause division, right? And they'll just watch and study people and they throw that ugly wrench in there and just stand back and watch the hell, you see, and laugh inside themselves. Look how easy that was, you see?
Yep.
I can drive these niggas crazy, have them going in circles. Yeah.
Hey, watch this.
Yep.
That's right.
The ego.
Yeah. They're the master of deception and lies.
And technology.
And technology, that's right.
Ooh.
That next question.
I have a question.
All right.
Okay, I've been thinking about the first contact in 2027, correct?
Yes.
So I know you said you could us by our contact us by our light that we exhibit. So I
Say
know
it
you
again.
said diet and okay. I'm trying to recap what you said when they have open contact 2027. It's when it's going to start, right?
Well, that is going to start being more prominent. Yeah.
Okay. And you said about
that's not saying you have contact right now, but I mean it's going to start building up the momentum, right?
Okay, so
or more, you know.
So I'm just trying to envision like exactly how it's going to be. Like, you know, are we going to see them, or are they going to come in our dreams, or are we going to see a ship in the sky, or?
Remember that show different strokes for different folks? It depends on your vibration.
Yeah.
Because you see, extraterrestrials or interdimensional beings, they don't see your physical form at all, Atifit. They see your light. Are you following me?
Right.
And if your aura is predominantly blue or green, that's agreeable to them. But if you have like an amber or a red aura and they see that coming from you, then they don't be bothered with you because they know you're disagreeable. But you do attract beings. You attract the flesh eaters because they can only eat, you know, evil beings. So you'll be the men on the menu.
Food for the gods.
That's right, food for the wicked gods. They call themselves gods, but they're devils.
Boo.
That's right.
Yes.
Okay, the contact that we supposed to get, these beings, they here to help us in some kind of way?
The majority of them here to help you. The vast majority of are light beings in here to help you, but all of them are not here to help you. No. Some of them are waiting for the harvest, right? In scriptural language, they're waiting for the harvest to thrust in that sickle because the harvest is ripe. They're talking about white people predominantly and black people that vibrate on the same frequency. You follow what I mean? There are beings out there that primarily subsist. Their diet is primarily, you know, people. Flying purple people eaters, I'm serious. They eat people. It's not too hard to imagine, Jeffrey Dahmer, because you got a lot of them right here like that. But it's hard to imagine a whole race of beings or species of beings that they live off eating people, but the reptilians are like that. And they used to eat the Pleiadians that they grafted for a food source. The reptilians, the Draconians did. But the Pleiadians got so nickel slick, they banded together with the Anunnaki to come here to Earth to create hybrids. You know, they grafted beings. Yeah, the Adama, red and ruddy race, the white people, they made the white people to substitute them. And then they went back to the Draconians and told them, wait a minute, don't kill me and eat right away. Let me show you something. And they offered them up some white people, and they cut them up and cooked them up, and they said, yeah, this shit is, yeah, it's all. because they were so tender, and and they boil them, they just fall off the bone. They were just, you know what I mean? And just they had a lot of evil. They was evil with evil lion seasoning. You know what I mean? They were just right on their frequency. And they said, but the problem is, we have a big appetite. We got to have a lot of them. And so, go forth, be fruitful, and multiply. And right now, it's busting. You understand? But there are beings out here that create wars and different things like that. The reason they do that, because you don't know how many millions of people disappear in the fog of war. You understand? And your soldiers, they're in the best shape. They go to boot camps and eat the right diets and get all in shape. You understand what I mean? And the unknown soldiers, a lot of graves in them, you understand?
Yeah.
Because in the fog of war, people disappear. And they begin abducted. And they eat them while they're in their prime. Juicy, tasty. And they subsist off that blood and atmosphere. War is hell, and that's where you're going to find draconians gathering around in hell with all that blood and pain and fear. You understand? They love that. They subsist off that. They wallow in it. Take COVID. That used to be COVID. That used to be COVID with a B instead of a V, but the number's 19. That virus was released on the planet because the Earth was getting overpopulated. It was 9 billion people when COVID come out. Now, after COVID, it's only 6 billion. You understand? So a third of the people, like they say in Revelation, it's going to be a third of the people gone. All that stuff is happening right in front of your face, but you're just not calculating it.
Wow.
Yeah. All those prophecies are coming true, and you're living in it right now. But it's not affecting you if you're walking with me.
Thank you, Amun.
I love you. Come on up here. I got you vibrating on a frequency closer to the author than a character in a story. Remember, the character has no control over what happens on the next day or the next page. Because they don't have the Kwalamu, the pen in their hand. Only the author does.
We love you.
We love you. I love you. And I mean that with all my heart and soul. I wouldn't be going through all this if I didn't love you, and I have gone through a lot. When you read my book, you'll find out. Yeah, you find out I've been confronted by so many devils, white and black devils, and spiritual devils. You wouldn't even believe it. If you think they've tormented you on your journey on earth, just imagine what they've been coming to me with, and coming to me with every day.
Past 1,000.
Yeah. Decepticons. Yes, right.
Thank you for protecting us, Amun. We love you.
I love you. That's my job. Malachi said that himself. He said, Amun has been protecting us all since the year 2000.
Wow.
That's right.
Well, I'm glad we found each other, all of us.
Well, it's not all of us until we all get here. We got to raise the number 144,000. So everybody's got to do their job and get these posts on the shelf, bringing people to class till we get that number. You follow me?
Tua.
Yep.
And then you'll earn your seat. There'll be some that'll always make excuses for not doing it. Because in somewhere in their mind, they just figure to themselves, nah, nigga, you know I wouldn't sit here for that. I'm not here to get people to heaven. That's not my job. That's not what I do. I'm here to destroy. No. That's right. I get off on effing people up. Yeah. That's my joy. Throwing them into turmoil. Who else has a question?
Amun, I like
I
to
have
share
another one.
experience.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead, brother.
Go ahead.
Thank you.
No, you go ahead.
Okay, I just wanted to ask.
Thank you.
You go ahead.
Thank you. I just wanted to ask,
You're welcome.
Messiah, if you have ever did regressions on anyone.
Yes, I have. Yes, I have. But sometimes you come up with the wrong hat, Bullwinkle, so I don't do that anymore.
Oh, I'm glad you said that. So their regressions are not always positive.
That's right. And everybody's not always having found.
To know that.
That's right. And then you be sorry you open up that door, right? For you and for them.
Yeah.
Let it be a surprise, because a lot of slick-ass niggas think they don't believe they going to hell. They don't believe that. They convince themselves all kind of tricky. The person they tricking most is themselves. That's right. Decepticons counting themselves.
That's right.
Do you think they could be that evil if they really thought that? Do you think they could really be that evil if they really thought they was gonna come back?
Wow.
No.
See, they really think they slick. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They think they smarter than their own creator. That's what they do. That created the mind and the brain.
Wow.
Ooh. I see a size for this.
Hey, Pop. Hey, Pop.
Yes.
Yeah, I had a question. I just stepped in and I heard progression. What are progressions that you spoke about?
You heard what now? Next question.
I have a question.
But Ty, you had a question.
Moon.
Yes.
Yeah. My question, well, it was an experience. Me and my wife had carried my son to his job Saturday morning, but he had to be at 8. And after we dropped him off, me and my wife went to Walmart to get her mom, a new TV for her birthday, her Earth Day. So when we got out the car, me and her was walking and holding hands and laughing. And she looked down and seen the $20 bill. So my message to all my people on the line, be careful, because what they are doing is putting fentanyl, which is a poison that can knock you out, either kill you. And they are kidnapping people. And they kidnap them and they sell them or whatever, you be missing. So she looked down and we seen it, and she called herself. She said, "Baby, have one right here." And I go, she said, "No, we ain't gonna touch that." So we went and told the people in Walmart, it's a $20 bill was out there for, them to call the police.
That's
but it
right.
was just telling people to be careful, because
a lot of
they out here doing stuff like that.
A lot of people that got AIDS are putting AIDS on razor blades and taping it to the nozzle at gas stations.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So when you go to pump your gas, you got AIDS. But let me say, there was a young fellow I knew, and he was a college student, and he went to a party. And naive, he was having fun and laughing and joking and drinking, and he met two white girls. Of course, Becky's a mother. Watch it. And they talked him into to come in with them to another party. And he, run behind them white women. He went on, jumped in the car, and went to another party where he didn't even know the people. And he got high and started using exotic drugs. You know how white people got all kinds of bongs and all kinds of stuff to get high off? And when he was really too up, they invited him to another third party where it was really deep in whitedom, right? And that nigga goddamn went to that party, and they had him so high, he passed out. Now, when he woke up, he was naked in a tub full of ice. And there was a chair by the tub with a telephone. And a note was on the chat that said, "Don't stand up if you want to live. Call 911." And that nigga was so scared and curious, he stood up anyway and looked in the mirror, and you could just see little trickles of blood coming out the bottom of his back. Those girls were medical students, and they were stealing his kidneys because that's how they was working their way through college and making money selling niggas' kidneys. And that ice was to keep him alive until 911 got there, but that nigga lost both his kidneys. Them bitches got his kidneys.
Damn.
It's 10:25, y'all. Let's go outside and perform some miracles. Well, he's telling you right. I want you to be aware of I'm not trying to put fear in people. I want you to be aware of your surroundings.
No, thank you, because I can be gullible sometimes, but thank you.
Well, I can too.
That's heavy.
If it wasn't for the Most High, I really wouldn't have. I know I'd be in trouble.
Yeah, for real talk.
And I've been in trouble with devils, and he done got me out of it. But I'd have been killed 1,000 times on earth here, because I'm gullible. I just don't. I'm too trusting.
Yep, I feel you on that one.
Yeah, right. But I learned you can't have devils around you like that because they think evil continuously. You understand? And like Oprah said, once somebody show you who they are, believe them. All right, who's seeing? Tiffany, what do you see there in Virginia in the sky?
I have to go in the back. The street light is on. Hold on.
Okay, yeah, I know you get too much light diffusion, right? Let me see when you go out the back what you see. What y'all see in Florida? Who's here from Florida? London, Texas. What do you see in Kentucky?
Go star, man.
Okay. How you doing? How's that weather in London?
I'm good.
What do you see in the sky?
Yeah, I can see a star, bright.
All right.
Or something.
Well, let's make that star go up in the name of Amun. Now let's make it drop down.
Dropping down fast. Yeah.
Yeah, I love you. Now let's make it go in a circle, counterclockwise. I will make it blink while it's going in a circle too.
Yeah. Well, yeah, twinkling. Yeah. Yeah, it's moving.
You saw it? All right.
Yeah.
I love you. Who else can see something out there?
I can see something. This is a Nukas.
Okay. What do you see?
This is a Nukas. I see something.
You gotta tell me what you see.
I see a star.
Okay. You gotta let everybody know what to look for.
Star.
All right. That
okay,
star. Hey, wait a minute. Look here. We're gonna make that star move to the left today, Amun Rayay.
Moving to the left.
Moving left.
All right. Now back right.
Moving right. Moving right.
Okay. Now up.
Moving up. Moving up.
Going up.
Move down.
To the left now.
Yeah. Now, anybody say I'm not the Messiah
Moving
right
down.
there, they know they lying. Okay. Now, who else? Now, Tiffany, what do you see in Virginia?
I see a star.
All right. We're going to make that star go in a circle clockwise for you. In the name of Amun.
Okay, she moved.
Moving clockwise.
All right. Now I want it to blink while it's moving.
Wow, I saw it. It's doing it.
All right.
He's blinking.
Yeah, that's right. I love y'all.
Blinking.
Okay, now, brother.
I saw it.
I understand. I understand. All right. And Patal, what do you see? Was it Patal was going to move something?
Yeah, it was the half moon.
Oh, okay. The half moon. Here it goes. Go up in the name of Amun Rayay.
Oh, I don't see no moon.
Yeah, it's moving up.
Okay. Now
got
drop down.
too.
Drop down.
Uh-huh.
Now go to clockwise circle.
Uh-huh.
I love you all here. I love you. I want y'all to write your testimonies and support the mission. We're going to name this class, The Devil is Busy, Amun Rayay. All right? Write your testimonies and put these posts out and raise these 144,000. Let's do our job. I love you.